Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Nika Z, Nika Zoomer, and I'm joined by my dad.
Arni B, Arni Boomer.
And together we are collectively known as
Boomer and Zoomers.
So this is episode 8 of the podcast. And for real this time, guys, I fixed the audio. It's in mono mode. You should be hearing us in both ears. Yes.
Boomer and Zoomer.
Boomer and Zoomer. Boomer and Zoomer theme song. That's Boomer and Zoomer, girl. So anyways, before we get into the main topic of the day, we will have our BNZ Q&A. So we have a question from TikTok user JillQN_E07 who asks, what's a dream you still have for yourself? So obviously I think this question applies more to dad because you're 62.
Okay.
As a boomer, do you still have
My dream?
unaccomplished dreams or dreams you want to pursue?
Okay. One, I don't know if this is a dream, but I have 7 kids, but up to now I don't have a grandchild. So that's something, of course, that I want to have in my lifetime, daughter. Okay? So what do you think? Do I have a chance?
Well, you have 7 kids.
I have 7 kids.
I mean,
Nobody's
don't look
married
at
yet.
me.
My eldest is now 31.
I'm the only single
Okay.
one, so
So-
don't look at me.
Well, no rush, but ideally at my age now, it would be fun to see, not only my grand dogs, but a grandchild as well. So that's probably number one.
Okay.
If that can be considered as a dream,
Okay.
that would be number one.
Yeah. Who's your favorite grand dog?
My favorite grand dog? I don't. Well, obviously it's Kobe, no, because
Okay.
Kobe has been with us for the longest
Or how
time.
about Clay?
Oh, Clay. Yeah. No, I was referring to the one that's still with us. No? Kobe and Clay will be at the same level.
To our new viewers, we have
Yes.
2 golden retrievers at home, Kobe and Clay, but one passed away last year, and that's Clay. So
Yes, and Kobe is now
Kobe is now 9. She's
9 years
turning
old.
10 next
and
year.
she will be probably joining us in this podcast
Yes,
as usual.
she joins us every episode, so
Yes.
just wait for her appearance. But then, I don't know if she can reach this couch. We're in a different couch
she will.
today.
She will. My
Okay.
dream is actually more for my children.
Mm-hmm.
For myself, what do I still want in life? I think I have enough already. Probably a dream for me because it's something that's very hard to attain, but within reach. That would be a dream, no? So I'm thinking of that because there are, of course, places I still want to go, but I think that's highly attainable, no? It's not really difficult. It's more for my children. I hope all of them will have their own family, children, and all of them will be stable. All of them will be secured. And when we're gone already, ayun, that's a dream, daughter.
What?
When your parents are not here anymore, I pray that all of you will
get along.
get along, no conflict. You will not have conflict, especially with regards to financial needs, no? Or, I don't know, inheritance. That would be probably also number one, daughter. Tied with number one.
Okay.
Okay? That's my dream.
Yes.
For my children to get along, even if we're not here anymore, and they will not fight over money. Yun. Okay ba yun, daughter?
Yes.
I always tell you that, di ba?
Yes, he does always say that.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have two major dreams.
2 major dreams. So
how about
should
you, daughter?
me- What are my dreams?
Yes, you should have plenty of dreams, daughter.
I'm a firm believer in not putting my dreams out there until I've made progress with it because I don't want evil eye and I don't want people, because when you say something out loud, you kind of like distract yourself into thinking you're doing it already. So I need to put action towards it before I can declare it. So I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, daughter, I have another dream.
Yeah.
I have another dream.
Yes.
I dream that the Philippines, in my lifetime, daughter, in my lifetime, not exactly to be a first world country, something that I can be proud of. Okay, with regards to integrity for government officials, discipline with regards to the people in general. So similar to what I mentioned or what we mentioned in our last podcast, diba? What we see in other countries like in Japan. That's a dream. It's really a dream, daughter. That is really a dream.
Very far away.
Very far
hard to
away,
achieve.
especially I'm talking about during my lifetime.
Yes.
Maybe in your lifetime, daughter.
Maybe.
Yes,
maybe.
but with how things are going now, daughter,
Hard to tell.
it's hard to be optimistic. Hard to be optimistic, especially with the government officials we have now. Wow. Let's see. It's a dream. But I pray for that.
Yes.
So I have three major dreams out
Three
there.
major dreams.
Daughter, ikaw dapat you should have
Me?
plenty of dreams.
I
Daughter,
have
you're only
plenty of
22.
dreams, but I will be keeping them to myself. You'll see
Really?
them in action, guys.
Wow.
You'll see them in action. I'm a private person.
Oh. That's it so far, daughter.
My dream. Well, I just hope that I achieve my dreams.
Now, how about
my main dream is
how
to
about
achieve
that
my
for the
dreams.
Philippines? Is that a dream also for you? No.
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
As I mentioned in our 2 episodes ago, of course, I want to live in a society that I can thrive in, that I won't feel like it's draining and sucking the soul out of me. Because like if you see the people around you are just so immoral, you don't really feel motivated by that type of behavior. You feel disappointed. You feel like, oh, there's no hope. So obviously, I would rather be in an environment where I can be like, oh, I'm so proud to be part of a culture where people are honest and kind. But it's hard to say that. Of course, that's something I strive for the Philippines as a whole.
Okay, so to all our listeners, our followers, can you please help my dream come true with regards to making the Philippines a better place to live in?
Yes, guys. It starts
Yes.
with yourself.
Yes.
Don't forget
Don't
that.
be a fence sitter. Don't be a fence sitter.
And what's a fence sitter, Dad? For those of the
fence
people
sitter?
who don't know.
Literally, you just sit on the fence and you observe what will happen.
Yes.
That's a
Means
fence
You
sitter.
don't pick a side, basically.
Yes. You just see what will happen.
Yes,
you always
guys.
play safe.
If not now, when?
Oh.
Diba? So, moving on to the main topic. Dad, what is our main topic for today?
Our main topic for today is about friendship.
Friendship. So actually, guys, before we filmed today's episode, Dad came from a hangout with his friends. How was it,
Yes.
Dad? How was your hangout?
Very nice.
Very nice.
We used to meet regularly, like
Every
on a
month.
monthly basis. But some became very busy. Yung iba, they go out of the country. So for this year, I think it was only our second time. It was very nice. I miss the guys. No, these are my high school friends.
Wow, guys. So just to give you some context, what year in high school did you graduate?
Last 1981.
1981. And
1981.
it's how many years has it been?
44 years.
44 years, and they still see each other almost regularly.
Yes, I have I have different groups of friends. No, I have my friends from high school, friends from college. No,
Yes.
engineering. Then I have friends that live in the south.
That has a lot of friends, guys.
Um,
Mr. Congeniality.
Hindi naman. No. On the contrary, daughter, I'm quite reserved. No,
What? To who?
Yes, to most of the time.
No, I don't think so, guys.
But to like my friend who's always watching.
Shout out.
Very good friend.
Give him a shout out.
Oh, shout out to my very good friend. I just had merienda with him, with my other friends from high school. His name is Mon Pilapil. No? He said he always watches our podcast. He's one of my idol ko yan, Nika. Si Tito Mon Pilapil. No? Iba yan, yung outlook niyan is always positive. Believe ako. Kahit na anong problemang marating niyan, he can manage. Believe ako, believe.
So, Dad, do you believe in quality or quantity when it comes to friends? Do you agree with quality over quantity when it comes to friends?
Definitely. Definitely. Quality. Why do you want to maintain like a lot of friends? Tapos yung iba naman, they're not worth going with. No? O yun. So, I definitely, daughter, it's quality. Oo, kahit nga you have a handful of friends but these are real friends naman. That's more important. Diba? Kaysa naman you have like a dozen friends who always go out. Pero may backstabbing dyan na nangyayari. Or, diba? Mas
Yes.
importante sa akin yung you choose the friends that will stick with you through thick and thin. Tama ba yun, daughter?
Yes, I agree. I'm also a very quality over quantity person. I think for maybe a lot of our viewers, maybe they feel the need to be in a big friend group kasi. Because
Really?
like maybe when you're in high school or when you're in middle school, you really want to be in a big friend group. Like that's a thing, like a popular desire amongst people. And I think it's important
You
Yeah.
have a desire
just to like
to
be in like,
belong.
a big group. Yeah.
belong.
Like to have a big friend group. And I
Oh.
think if you're not in a big friend group, it's very important, again, to remember that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you have so many friends and at the end of the day, you you all like don't like each other. The quality of the person is more important. Even if you have 2 friends, if you have 3 friends, like that's worth so much more than 10 fake friends.
Oh, yes. And what would be the test, daughter?
Like of a
Of,
good friend.
of a real friend.
I
A real
think
friend, daughter,
a
not a
real
good friend.
I think a real friend is somebody who, even if you're not there, can defend you or like
Oh, yes. I
knows your
agree.
character, or like if somebody is like saying something that is untrue, they won't just like stand aside, or they won't like make battle, because
Yes.
that's a real friend. Loyalty, basically. Loyalty in the friendship, and just somebody who you can be your true self around. If you're changing yourself when you're with somebody else because you feel like they might judge you for who you are, like I don't think that's a true friend.
I agree. Yun nga, like, for example, daughter, you have a problem or you, diba? They will be with you. Diba? They have your back.
Yes.
Sabi nga nila. Tama ba yun?
Yes.
Oo. So that's very important. But you know, yung measurement, daughter, siguro that yung friendship nyo would be on a different level is yung comfort eh. Like you can tease each other.
Yes.
Di ba? May halong ano dyan, yung talagang below the belt eh.
Yeah.
But still you can take it.
Yes.
Because you know, you're friends, no?
Yeah.
Parang you can only do this with him or her.
Like you
Yes.
you don't
Well,
have to walk around eggshells.
Exactly,
around them.
exactly. So I think that's very important. That's why when I go out with these friends from high school, wala, we're very open. Eh.
Yes.
Naglolokohan kami.
You can
no?
be your true self.
Nag-alaskahan kami. We enjoy every moment, daughter. Di ba? Like kanina,
Seize the
3
day.
o'clock. Tapos kami, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, guys.
No? 3
That
hours.
said, that said it's gonna be fast lang. They're just gonna drink coffee, and I was like, that's
Oh.
not gonna be fast because they're
Yes.
all yappers. They're all yapping ton.
You're very confident that your friendship will still be there, no? Even after all these nasty jokes, no? So I think that's very important. Kasi parang ano na yun eh, your friends are like your brothers already. Well, iba pa nga eh, yung brother mo can be very sensitive eh. But yung friend na alam mo na, since high school kasi, daughter, my high school friends, they're so used to, we're so used to teasing each other. So even now, we're still like that. Dapat hindi na offend, so that's important. Pero yung, like, if you have friends nga, sabi mo, the question a while ago, you said quality over quantity. No, eh kung meron kang friends na uneasy in the group because, you're always teasing each other, medyo mahirap i-maintain.
Yeah.
Kasi you'll be guarded eh.
But you know what I realized over the years, over my 22 years, I think that not all friends naman have to be that close. Because before I used to think like, oh my gosh, like if I can't be this comfortable around them, then I shouldn't be friends with them now. But then some people you can be friends with on different levels. Like, you can have like a work friend, you can have a networking friend, like you can have different kinds of friends, and it doesn't have to be necessarily like a humor friend, Sometimes you're gonna have a friend who has a different type of humor, but you're still gonna get along, maybe because you have the same hobby, the same interest. You don't have to be super close to all of your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I realized.
And I think what's important also, daughters, ideally, no? Well, this is ideal. If your friend is also a good conversationalist, no? Importante
yes.
yun eh. Kasi, siyempre, magkasama kayo. Hindi naman pwedeng ikaw lang sasalita.
Yes.
Di ba?
But then also, they should be a good listener. I think
Yes.
actually, well,
Yeah,
a big
I agree.
part of being a good conversationalist is you have to be a good listener. And so if you're on the other side, if you're with a friend who like can only talk about themselves, like that's not a good friendship. Like you're basically like just being a therapist then if it's like that.
Oh, or let's say yung friend mo is beginning to be an asimo. What's an asimo, daughter?
Yes, I know what an
you
asimo
explain
is.
what's asimo?
Dad calls me an asimo.
Oh, yeah. What's an asimo?
Asimo is a character from Bubble Gang, which is
Michael V.
It's a show. It's a TV series,
Yeah,
which is
comedy.
a comedy show. And so there's a skit called Asimo, where Asimo is a very sarcastic person. So every time somebody asks him something, he'll ask a question back that is sarcastic. So for example, the taxi driver will be like,
I will ask, sir, sakay na si Asimo. Then the taxi driver will ask, oh sir, alis na ba tayo, sir? Si Asimo will say,
hindi.
hindi, huwag na. Kaya nga ako dito, nagmamadali nga ako eh. Mga ganun ba?
Yes. So Dad watches that skit on repeat, guys.
Diba? Ganun si Asimo.
Yes. So what? So what
Parang
do you
it's
think?
very hard to strike a
friends with
conversation with him.
Yes.
Kasi laging ganun yung ano niya. Di ba? Okay lang yung asim mo from time to time. But if
But
you're
ask mo all the time.
if you're an asim mo all the time, it can be sometimes,
Yes.
well, it can be really irritating, di ba?
Well, it's not even like, sometimes it's not even straight up. Like, I feel like you can also be friends with people who say things that are extremely backhanded. And you shouldn't surround yourself with people like that. Do you know what backhanded means?
Explain the daughter.
They're saying something as a compliment, but really, like, it's not a compliment. Like, oh, you look, you look good today. Or like something that like insinuates something bad. So you're gonna encounter people who will always have like that backhanded mindset. Maybe because like they're jealous or because they have like hidden resentment. So it's important to like identify when people are like that so that you can also protect yourself. Sometimes, of course, you're gonna encounter people who are just
Can
fake.
you give an example, daughter?
An example
Yeah.
of a backhanded comment?
Yeah.
Let me think. Basta like, let's say you're like in a really, really good mood and you're super excited about something. Then someone's gonna be like, oh, you're so excited. Like parang they're like pointing it out in like an evil way.
Oh.
Like they can't let you like be happy. I can't explain it.
Or like if you say, I just came from the gym, di ba?
And then,
Tapos nakita mo yung kausap mo medyo overweight. You can say, oh, you should do that more often.
yes, that is backhanded.
Tama ba yan?
That's backhanded.
That's
yes.
good.
Or like when people like see someone, then they're gonna say like, "Oh, you look so healthy now." That means they gained weight.
Oh, yeah.
You're looking so healthy. How can you identify a fake friend, Dad?
Identify a fake friend?
Yes. Like how can you
Oh.
know if somebody's being fake to you?
Oh, when you're down, di ba? You have problems. You won't hear from this guy or this person, di ba?
Yes.
Yung mga
Like
ganun.
if they only reach out to you when they have problems.
Yes.
But like when you need them,
Yes.
they're like MIA all of a sudden.
Yes.
That's a good example. Yeah.
Well, of course, there's a possibility that yung tao na yun
It's busy.
is busy, no?
Yeah.
Ay, hindi niya, no? Hindi
I
niya
think, of course, it's very circumstantial. But then if they're not able to be there for you all the time, I mean, like, as in, like, they can't even be there for you even once. It's like, huh? Because, like, of course, people are busy and you can't always emotionally unload on people. You know, people have their own weight to carry and they have their own things to do. So you can't always, like, they can't always be emotionally available for you. That's important to remember. But if they're never emotionally available to you, like, if they can't even, like, hear out your problems once, like, maybe reconsider, like, the friendship. Yeah.
No, like there are things, Nika, na like, halimbawa, when you go to a wake, no? Tapos yung friend mo yung ano, di ba? Relative of your friend. That's important to them, di ba? Because you're a friend.
Yes.
You're considered as a good friend.
Yes.
So they expect you to be there.
Yeah.
Di ba? Yun. I think it's something, well, especially sa Filipinos, no?
Yeah.
Part of the Filipino culture yun na to attend as much as possible, no?
So, like, just in general, showing up when it's needed. Like, you know, that doesn't have to be all of the time. But, like, example, in a wake or, like, if something just happened to your friend, you know, you should be there for them. What traits should you look for in a friend besides loyalty?
No, as I mentioned a while ago, daughter, ideally, a good conversationalist, has good humor, di ba? Tapos, generosity is important. No? Not in the financial sense, daughter. Meaning, you want to be friend with this person kasi naglilibre si pirme. That's not my point.
Yeah.
Generosity could be your time. Time spent with you.
Definitely,
Right?
yes.
Especially if you have problems.
Yes.
So it's not financial, di ba? Somebody can give you advice. So it's a generous advice.
Yes.
Right? Yung mga ganun, hindi siya, he doesn't hold back.
Yes.
He will tell you what he thinks, gives his opinion, no?
Yes.
Sometimes, unsolicited advice
Yes.
is important.
Yes.
Kasi yung mga ganito, you will not get this advice from other people. You can get it from your real friends.
Yes.
Diba?
I was gonna say that also. Like, your friend is not a real friend if they're a yes man. If they are just enabling you, even if you're not doing the right things. I think it's important to surround yourself with people who will also correct you if you're doing the wrong thing. I think generosity is a big trait you will find in real friends. And again, that doesn't mean financially. That could also mean like picking you up, you know?
Yes.
Like, they're always like, if you say, can you drop me home? They're like, okay, sure. And of course, you'll extend that same gesture to them. Because if it's a real friendship, it's not an inconvenience. There's this quote that's like super viral nowadays, which is basically the price of community is inconvenience. Do you know that saying?
Yes, yes. That is why, daughter, you know what I will never forget? Is the friend of your Ate Chini. Si Justine. You know that I have a hard
Justin.
time remembering.
Shout out, Justin.
Yeah, I have a hard time remembering names and faces of your friends, right?
Yes.
But si Justin kasi,
Just to mention.
Oo, meron akong ano dyan kay...
Sense of gratitude.
Yes, may special place sa aking memory yan si Justin. You know why?
Why?
Because si Ate Chini had a problem with her. I remember that somebody stole, I think, her laptop. So she had to go to the police station.
Yes.
So malayo ako and si your Ate Chini had to go with the police, no?
Yes.
And who was with her, no, during that time? It was
Justin.
Justin.
Yeah.
Diba?
He's a real
And
one.
he really went out of his way, no, to help your sister. So sabi ko nga kay Chini, yan ang friend, di ba? Yan ang friend.
Yes.
Yung mga ganun. I'll remember that, di ba? So si Justin, he gives me shirts also.
Shout out.
He has very nice shirts, by the way.
Yes.
STP, no?
Shout out South Trading Post.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So basically, like, you shouldn't feel like you're an inconvenience if you're with a real friend, you know? You're not gonna feel, well, I mean, like, if you're with a real friend, they're not gonna make you feel like an inconvenience, basically, you know?
Oh, yes, yes.
Like, if you want to hang out in their house, they're gonna be hospitable towards you, you know?
Oh.
That's a real friend. Like, if you go to someone's house and they're like being shunned there, I don't think that's a real friend. Things like that.
I agree. That's important. Parang you have established already yung level of comfort. Di ba? Yung alam mo na okay lang yan, I go to the house.
Yes.
Reciprocate yan.
Yes.
Di ba? So, that would be a real friend sa akin. Oo.
So what would be your advice, Dad, for like keeping the friendship for a long time since you've been
yeah,
friends with your friends for so long?
That's a good question.
What is the secret to a long-lasting friendship?
Of course, I think number one would be communication. Whether it's long distance, no? Kasi some of my friends, ano sila, they're either in the US or in other countries. Stay in touch. Communicate with them. When they're here in the Philippines or you're going to, let's say, to the US, no? You still meet with them. Diba? That's important. As much as possible, of course. Kasi most of the time, they're busy. Marami kasi, they're busy. So, pag naman busy, you should understand.
Yes.
Hindi ka magtatampo because hindi ka nilabas.
Yes.
Diba? Kaya lang, of course, pag friend talaga, he or she would go out of their way. Diba?
To
Especially,
invite
of course,
you.
may advance notice.
Yes.
Eh, wag naman yung pupunta ka doon, tapos, I'm here. Diba? You expect them to take you out. Hindi naman ganun, especially if you go out of the country. Aside from generosity, what else? What trait?
I think a good trait a friend should have is open-mindedness. I think, as mentioned, you know, like sometimes in a friendship, you give unsolicited advice or you call them out on their actions. If they're not open-minded, if they take offense to you, like stating an observation.
Not the open-minded Hongdae. Take note. Okay.
Yeah, not that. But basically, in general, I think just surround yourself with open-minded people because it's so hard to be around close-minded people, you know, people who aren't willing to change and grow. Do you believe that in the saying that you become the sum of like the 3 or the 5 people you spend the most time with?
Explain, daughter.
Basically, like people believe that the people you spend your time the most around, you're going to pick up their mannerisms, their qualities, their traits. So essentially, you become them. Do you believe in that?
Yes, yes.
So essentially, like if that is true, you shouldn't surround yourself with close-minded people who are not open to growth. Because if you're surrounded by people like that, then you yourself, you're gonna think it's okay to be close-minded, you know? So a really good trait to have in a friend is open-mindedness. And like that said, communication, so important. A really, really, really big ick that I have is passive-aggressive people or people who don't know how to clearly communicate their feelings. Do you get what I mean? Dad?
Yes, yes.
Like they're just, again, gonna make tampo but not even say what the problem is. Or they're just gonna conceal the problem for a while. And it's like you're a mathematician trying to figure out what the problem is. You know, that's a very toxic trait to have as a person.
And also, I think it's also important, daughter, to maintain yung friendship, no? Is for you to be able to accept that you have flaws, no?
Yes, definitely.
Oo, kasi if you can accept your flaws, you'll be able to improve. Diba? As I always tell you, daughter, no, and our listeners there is always a better way of doing things.
Yes,
no?
guys.
Even
Growth
with
mindset.
even with dealing with your friends, real friends, no? Because sometimes you get to be very comfortable already. Tapos hindi mo alam ano ba pala masyado na palang lagi ka na below the belt. And that would be very irritating.
Yes.
Diba? So you have to temper that also. You have to see what yung feelings also of your other friends. Hindi porke very close kayo ano ka, di ba? Puro na lang alasa ginagawa mo sa mga kaibigan mo, di ba? Sometimes I'm guilty of that, daughter. No? Ano ako heckler ako Di ba? Even to you guys, no? Sometimes it can hurt people also. So you have to temper that a little bit.
Contrary to long friendships, I think also it's important to recognize that sometimes you just outgrow friendships. Like, because, people change over time. Like, next year, your friend might be in a different place in life, might have a different mindset, and your friendship might not align anymore. And that's perfectly fine. I think you shouldn't beat yourself up if your friendship just fades away naturally, because you're not going to be friends with everyone forever. Naman eh, Dad. Can you attest to that? You can't be friends with everyone forever. Like, you're not gonna
With
maintain-
everyone, of course.
No, I mean, like, you can have a best friend in like high school, and then when you grow up, you won't be friends anymore.
You can still maintain your friendship. My friends.
I just mean like it's normal. For friendships.
Ideally, forever friends ko sila.
Yes, but I mean it's normal for friendships to fade away.
Oh, yes. Oo, merong ibang cases naman.
Yes, I'm not
Oo.
saying all.
Like,
I'm just
I have a
saying-
lot of friends in grade school,
Yes.
in high school. Hindi ko naman sinasabing they're not friends, they're not my friends anymore.
You just
But
grow apart. That's normal.
Hindi. Well, if I see them, they're still a friend.
Yeah.
Kaya lang, hindi na kami as close as before.
Yes.
Because we don't communicate that much. We don't go out that much anymore.
Oh, Kobe's
Right?
going to the
Oh,
podcast.
Kobe's
See?
there.
See,
Kobe, we're
Dad,
here.
She's used to sitting there.
Oh, sorry,
Kobe's
guys.
sitting in the other side.
Oh, can you show them, Kobe?
Kobe's there,
Oh,
guys.
Kobe.
She made her appearance, but she's in the wrong
Kobe.
seat.
This is too high for Kobe.
Yeah, so essentially, if you're beating yourself up because your friendship is fading away or you've been friends with someone for so long and it's not working out anymore, that's fine. That's life. Like, people really change over time. Like, you're not gonna be around the same people all the time. But as Dad said, you're still gonna be friends. You're just not gonna be as close.
Yes. Like that's why there's reunions, daughter. Diba?
I haven't been to a single reunion, like, so I don't know.
Like sa Lasal, that's annual, no? It's an annual reunion. So that's a time that you get to meet your friends, no? That you have not seen for the longest time. Yung mga batchmates mo from other countries, no? So, siyempre, when you see them, okay. But it's a one-day thing, no?
Yes.
Maybe you will go out for the following day, but that's about it, no? Balik na uli sila. But you're still friends. Hindi lang sila as close as your current friends now, di ba? Because of, yun nga, lack of communication, opportunities to go out. Importante rin kasi yun eh. So, it's a daughter, I have a question.
Yes.
With regards to your siblings, no, you have 6 siblings. 7 kayo eh. So if yung ating conversation now, is there a difference between friendship with your siblings and friendship with your classmates, for example?
Most definitely. I mean, that's a completely different dynamic because with your siblings, you encounter them at the worst of the worst of the worst of their personalities because you're in the same household. You encounter their bad moods, their good moods. And with your friends, you see them like 8 hours a day or less if you're not in school anymore. Like, you barely see them. And so when you see them, most of the time you're in a great mood. You're well dressed, you have prepared your energy, your best possible self. So, of course, with your siblings, it's a much deeper connection because you get to accept all versions of each other. I mean, I'm not
Much
saying
deeper connection.
I'm not saying you can't have that with a friendship because definitely if you've been friends with someone for a very long time, you can also establish that type of connection where you've seen so many versions of each other. But with siblings, it just comes naturally because you grow up that way.
But
do you agree?
I agree, but do you agree also that you can be a lot closer with your classmates compared to your siblings?
Yes. Well, again, it depends on your circumstances and your relationship with your family. So if you're not close with your siblings, of course, you're going to gravitate towards being friends with other people. That's just how it works.
Yes.
So, of course, not everyone has a healthy family life. Not everyone is close to their siblings, and so they're closer to their friends. Some people are only close to their siblings, they don't have friends. And some people, they're close to everyone. That's just
Or
how it works.
they would prefer going out with their classmates than with their siblings.
Yeah.
Diba? That's so natural. I think that you can have deeper issues with regards to
Siblings.
compared to your classmates.
Yeah, for
right?
sure. I mean, in general, just family issues versus friends issues is a much different thing because, again, you don't live in the same house, you don't have the same blood.
Yes.
Like, it's so different. And so, yeah, with friends, it's a more, you can cut them off, If you have a friend who, like, you don't get along with, you can cut them off. With your family, you're related with them forever, Even if things are, like, bad terms, at the end of the day, you'd want to fix that. With a friend, if it's really bad, it's just like, okay, I won't be friends with that person
But of
anymore
course, that
because I can
happens
always get more friends.
That happens in the family.
Yeah,
Doctor,
of
right?
course that happens in a
Cutting
family.
them off.
It's unrealistic to say
Yes.
all families get along, but yes.
And well, another important trait that I would look for, no? This is true for
All
for
people?
anybody,
Okay.
no? Whether it's your siblings, your wife, your classmates, etc. It's honesty.
I thought-
Basic, daughter.
Yes.
Basic honesty.
Well, I mean, I think it depends though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think sometimes you don't have to say it. You know, sometimes you need to hold back on saying things because your friend or this person might not be ready to hear it, or it might not help the situation. There are times when you just have to be quiet. So it's not necessarily lying, but just omitting things because it won't help.
Well, for example, honesty with regards to money. Diba? That's very important. Kasi I believe, Nika, I believe in behavior predicts behavior. Diba? That's a very important dimension in a person, honesty. Especially sa country nga natin ngayon, diba? That's one of the problems or the biggest problem is money, honesty, right? So, dapat whether it's 10,000 pesos, 5 pesos, whatever. You have to be honest. Kaysa if you do something na malalaman ng ibang tao that you're not being honest, mahirap kalimutan yan. That's very hard. So you have to be honest. Never ka, wag kang, even yung crew natin, di ba? Once nangupit yan, wala na, it's very hard to bring back the trust. And you'll be very disappointed because pera lang yan di ba? It's just money. That's very important.
Yes, honesty.
Honesty, that's very important. Sa lahat yan, you can be pwede kang hindi good conversationalist. Pwede mong pagtiyagaan yan, di ba? You can be an absentee. Every time meron kayong gathering, you're always absent. Di ba? Pwede pa yun. Pero if a person does something dishonest to you, that's very hard to swallow.
Yes.
That's very hard to swallow.
Doesn't just make them a bad friend, it makes them a bad person if they're lying to you.
Yes,
Like, why?
yes.
But
Especially,
again, I do believe that sometimes it's necessary to lie a little. Like,
what,
for
like a white
example,
lie, for example?
No, like if you heard something that will upset your friend, don't tell them.
Oh, yeah.
Or like you can
That's
pretend
not lying naman,
I
daughter.
mean, like, you can pretend you
You're
don't
just keeping
know.
quiet.
You can pretend you don't know. Like if they
Ah.
ask, like, do you know? And I'll be like, oh, I don't know anything. Because like if you tell them, it will just upset them further. Things like that.
Yes,
You need to
yes.
assess the situation.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. You'll say, it's white lie. That's a white lie.
Yes.
That's a white lie.
Yeah.
No, because if your friend will find out that diba? Then you
Yeah.
said you didn't know, you will have a problem.
If you're real friends, they'll know you did it.
Like
for
what?
their
What would be an
betterment.
example of that?
What's an example? Let's say your friend's going through a breakup.
Oh.
Tapos you found out, like he's dating someone na, but she's still sad about it. Why will you tell her? She'll get more sad.
Basta yun, remember that dimension. Remember that behavior predicts behavior. So you have to be very careful. Always maintain, lagi mong, you always prioritize yung trust na binibigay sa iyo. That's very important. Pag binigay sa iyo yung trust ng isang tao, make sure you maintain that. That's very important. In anything, in relationships, money, etc. That's very important. Like cheating. Cheating yun di ba? In a relationship, you're cheating. O, friend mo, nag-cheat sa iyo, di ba?
Your friend is gonna cheat on you. How's your friend
Hindi,
gonna cheat on you?
ang boyfriend mo or girlfriend mo, di ba friend yun?
That the topic is like platonic friendships.
ganun ba?
Friendships.
There's a very thin line. For example, di ba nasabi natin na,
There's not a very thin
No,
line.
no.
Family and friends are very
no, for example,
different.
nasabi ko that a true friend will tell you something, will give you advice that other people cannot give you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because he's a true friend.
Yes.
Just like in a family.
Yes.
Your father will tell you something na hindi pwedeng sabihin ng iba. Because he cares about you. Right? Totoo yun. That's friendship. That's friendship, daughter. Just like you talk to your sibling, you give advice. Diba? Because you care about your sibling. So that's also friendship.
Yes.
Hindi mabibigay ng ibang tao yung mga advice na gano'n. Of course, yung advice na binibigay mo, pwedeng mali. My dad, di ba?
Ay, lolo.
Oh, lagi may advice yun, di ba? We accept it, but what you should realize that he is giving that advice because he cares for you.
Yes.
No, it's not 100% correct, right? You just absorb it and you just pick the right advice. In your opinion, of course. No? Tama ba yun?
Yes.
Oh, so yun ang friendship, daughter. So even with your family, may friendship pa rin yan. Na
Yes.
pwede mong ipasa doon sa classmates mo. Kung ano ginagawa mo sa family mo, ganun rin yun. In my opinion.
So do you agree with the saying that a friend to all is a friend to none?
A friend to all is a friend to none. Dahil mong ganyan, daughter. Nag-research ka ba?
No, that's-
Lagi mo, you're always asking me. You're putting me on the spot,
lyrics.
daughter.
These are lyrics to a Taylor Swift song.
Oh, yeah.
Go.
A friend to all is a friend.
Do you know what a politician is in terms of a friend?
I don't know.
A politician is basically a fence sitter.
A fence sitter?
So a friend to all. Call someone a politician. They're friends with everyone. It's like they have a facade because they're friends with everyone. Do you think a friend to all is a friend to none?
Yes.
You don't sound sure. Yeah, you don't sound confident.
Hindi. Sagutin mo na kasi. Palagi kong... No, not necessarily.
So you don't agree with that?
Not necessarily, daughter. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Oo. Kasi you're referring maybe to... Ina-equate mo yun sa politician eh. Not necessarily, daughter. Not necessarily. Oo. Maybe this person lang, meron siya siguro, at least this person man is friends na medyo deep naman yung relationship niya. Hindi naman yung pare-pareho na, di ba, na all are my friends. Not necessarily. That's my answer.
Okay. How about the enemy of my friend is my enemy?
The enemy of my friend is my enemy.
Do you agree with that?
Inaano yun sa ng mga volleyball players, they have a game, di ba?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, alam ko na yung sasabi mo, the enemy of my friend.
So do you agree? Like, let's
The
say
enemy of my friend,
is my enemy.
the enemy of my friend.
If your friend hates someone and they have drama, will you hate the other person also?
Not necessarily, daughter. Still depends. But most of the time, if my friend is right, no, then I agree with that saying. But if yung enemy ng friend ko naman is in the right, why will I be his enemy?
Okay.
Oh, yes. There are certain values naman that you have to follow.
Okay.
Right?
I have another saying for you.
Puro saying, ano pa?
Would you ever sit in a table wherein your friend is not welcome?
It depends.
On what?
It depends, daughter. For example, if it's in the office setting, right, and you need to sit in that table with your
Okay.
office mates.
Literal na table.
Hindi ka kaya nga. Literal.
Literal na table. So yes, you would sit in the table.
I would sit at the table. Dahil mo kasing saying,
Yes
daughter.
or no?
Dahil mong
Yes or no?
si-
Yes or no question
sit in the
lang.
table.
Yes.
No, daughter, no. I will not sit in that table.
And with Jen,
Literally, I will. But,
metaphorically, you won't.
no, I won't.
Okay. Because I think with Gen Z kasi, there's so much generalizations. Like, people view friendship so black and white na parang, okay, if you hate that person, I'll hate them also. Okay. These sayings are very common nowadays because, people view friendship very black and white. So I think as a boomer, you probably have a very different opinion on how friendships work.
No, I disagree with that. Yung the enemy of my friend is also my enemy. Oh, hindi naman dapat ganun.
Did you ever have beef with friends?
Of course.
And how did you handle that? Yes. How do you handle conflict with your friends?
Why don't you answer that first, daughter?
Me? Okay.
Yes.
So with me, I'm a very communicative person. I am unfortunately the type to send paragraphs, guys. If something upsets me, I will tell the person. As I mentioned earlier, I really dislike passive-aggressive people. So of course, I try my best not to be passive-aggressive with my friends. So I'll tell them exactly if there's something that I disagree with. But I'm very lucky that nowadays I don't really encounter things like that. I used to encounter a lot of situations like that in high school because there would be so many things that I disagreed with. And I think I was also very close-minded before. But I would approach it head on. Like, if there is a conflict, I will directly approach it. And so I'm very communicative. If something bothers me, I really tell the person. And I'm the type that I really want to fix the situation. Like, I don't like leaving a conflict open. So yeah, but in terms of conflict, I'm also very self-assured, or I stand on business when it comes to what I know I deserve in terms of my friends. So if there's a friend who I know doesn't treat me well, I will not make it a point to lengthen that friendship because I value protecting my peace and keeping quality people around. Like, I don't like keeping fake people around, and I'm not gonna go out of my way to keep fake people around. So yeah, I have no problem with cutting people off, basically.
Oh, well, nowadays, daughter, I would rather text than, confront.
Well, I don't mean in person.
No,
I don't go to them in person and I'm like, I text them.
No,
What
because
do you mean?
from experience, diba, if you have an issue, no,
Yeah.
maybe more important, no, based on my experience, is you cool off first. Maybe if
Yes.
you want to send a message, you reflect. before
Yes.
sending the message.
What do you ask yourself when you reflect?
Nowadays, I would know. I try to remember the things that happened, no, na did not work well. Diba? That's very important. Ako kasi, as an engineer,
Engineering
ano ko eh,
medyo.
I like yung empirical. When I have a problem na alam ko it's so hard to achieve, I try to set a goal.
You track your progress
I
essentially.
track my progress. I set a goal. I track my
Yes.
progress. No, if I try let's say on a daily basis, weekly, monthly,
Yes.
yung progress, no, until it becomes natural already.
Yes.
Diba? But still, you are reminded of that because if you're tracking it, diba, you get reminded the things that went wrong, diba? Things that you didn't do well. Diba? Yung mga ganun, yeah, that's important.
Are you an extrovert or an introvert?
I'm more of an introvert. Why?
To who?
Introverts, I don't like going to parties.
You just went out a while ago.
That's not a party, daughter. That's with a small group of friends.
But you hang out with
I don't
people-
like going to formal occasions,
I don't
daughter.
think you're an introvert.
Uh-huh.
You know who's an example of an introvert? Ate Chini. Do you think you're like Ate Chini?
Ate Chin is an introvert.
She just stays at home.
Oh, yeah? That's
Yes.
but she can deal with anybody.
Ah, yes. Well, you can be friendly and introverted.
Oh, she can deal with anybody.
Because
She's confident.
friendly.
She's
friendly.
confident.
That doesn't mean she's an extrovert.
No, hindi naman porque you're a homebody, you're an introvert eh. An
She
introvert
is.
like
She calls herself an introvert.
she wants to call herself an introvert. But
Dad,
like,
you're not an introvert. Stop faking.
What's important, I think, daughter, no? What would work with you?
Yes.
Diba? Like me, I realized that a tracking system would work for me.
Yes.
Because nakita mo na mo, lagi ako, I have records.
Yes.
Diba? I have records, I have a journal for almost anything. I have that. For traveling.
Journal as in like numbers journal, guys.
Yes,
Not a
numbers
writing
journal.
'cause
Like
I have
even
a writing journal.
for TikTok. Diba?
Yes,
For
guys.
like yung people that we endorse.
Instead of
I
making
track
Google
that.
Sheets, he writes it down on
Yes, I
paper.
track that. I
Yes.
track that. So even yung aking commitments with regards to the company, with regards to my family, as much as possible, I track that.
I think the thing with conflict also is that it really unveils who your true friends are, because conflict can tell you how much a person respects you. And if, for example, you're being open with your communication, you're not being backhanded, you're not making it into a bigger issue, while the other person is like being immature, that really reveals to you what the state of your friendship is and who this person really is. So it's important, like when conflict happens, to also observe how the person is talking to you. Just because you're fighting doesn't mean it's okay for someone to disrespect you. This applies not only to friendships, but also in relationships. Like if you're in a disagreement, that doesn't mean it's okay suddenly that they're not good to you.
Oh, and you will notice it, daughter, your real friends. If they have genuine concern.
Yes.
Like for example, you're sick. He would check on you. Diba?
Yes.
Kahit text lang, how are you doing?
Yes.
Diba? Yung out of nowhere, you will get this message. Oh, I heard you're sick.
Yeah.
Diba? It may
Exactly.
concern talaga.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I think, guys, like maybe when you're younger, it doesn't feel so important, like who you surround yourself with or like the personalities of the people you surround yourself with. But at the end of the day, like your friends, are the people you learn things from. And so it's really important to also align yourself with people who maybe view things the same way as you. I was about to say same values, but not necessarily. Just when you're with your friends, you should be able to grow. They should be able to encourage you. You should feel like you can be open and you can be anything and you can just go along. If you are in a friendship and you feel like you're being held back or they're not necessarily looking out for what's best for you, then that's not a good friendship to be around and to keep. So yeah, it's super important to assess who you surround yourself with, because even if you're friends with someone and you'll say, oh, we're not that close naman, like he's like that but I'm not like that at all, like you're still gonna pick up bad traits along the way. So just be vigilant of who you surround yourself with.
Oh, and another thing that's important siguro, daughter. Ako, at least in my case, don't expect too much.
Yes,
Oh,
for
kasi
sure. Actually, expect nothing.
One problem kasi is you set such a high standard for friendship.
Yes.
Diba? Na you get disappointed. Ano lang, just set the basics. Yung importante sa akin would be yung basics lang.
Yes.
Huwag yung like you expect every time your friend to call you.
Yeah.
That-
I mean,
that's not going to happen.
that's in relation to
I mean, they have a life also aside from, being friends with you. So,
Yes.
huwag masyado mataas ang standards nyo.
Yeah, but that's in relation to what I said earlier, that there are different levels of friendship. And so you can't expect every single person you meet to be like your best friend who you can, again, call every day. It's not going to be like that.
And what I'm pointing out, daughter, is for you to be able to maintain your friendship, no, is as much as possible for you and even your friends, no, that the mindset would be not to expect too much.
Yes.
Diba? So if that happens, good. That's bonus.
Yeah, well, I mean, like when you put expectations into a friendship, it becomes transactional. Like you start doing things and expecting them to do the same thing in return. And it shouldn't be like that, you know? You should do things because you genuinely want to do things. You should be generous because you want to be generous, not because, oh, this person did this to me, I'll do this to them. Like that's not how friendships work.
Yes. Or for example, diba, you're used to your friend picking you up,
Yes.
going to school.
Yeah.
Tapos hindi ka sinundo. One
Yeah.
time, diba, tatampo ka. Kasi hindi ka sinundo.
Yeah.
Pwede ba yun?
Yeah.
Diba? So you only like this friend because of, well, it's also material.
Yeah.
That's material eh. Parang pera rin yan na hindi ka nabigyan ng pera.
Yeah.
Or hindi ka nilibre.
Yeah.
Diba?
What's the most important thing you think that our viewers should take away from today's episode?
Discuss a lot about friendship, no? And I think important for me, no? And I hope also to our viewers is how to maintain your friendship. Kasi minsan there are things that will happen, no? Unavoidable. Tapos because of such things, you break this friendship. Eventually you will realize that it is not worth it, no? Yung breaking this friendship just because of small things that happen, no? Or maybe not even small things, maybe even big things that happen. That's beyond their control. So I think you have to be more considerate also. Always understand that your friends are there. They will be there for you, but not all the time. Because they have also other commitments. They're also busy, probably. So again, less expectation, the better. Set your standard lower. For me, would be better. Maybe some of our followers would agree because, I always set this high standard for my friends. For me, mahirap yun eh. Diba? Because pag ganun ang standards mo, at in time, you will lose your friends.
Yes. So I agree with almost everything Dad said, except one thing. I feel like it's okay to a certain degree if you have conflict with a person, if they are not adding anything to your life anymore. I think it's okay to end your friendships. At the end of the day, relationships, not just friendships, should add to your life. Not necessarily like material things or like, beneficial things, but friendships, relationships, they should make you happy. You should enjoy spending time with that person. If you're sad or angry every time you hang out with one person, why are you friends with that person, So again, it's okay to cut people off sometimes. That's realistic.
Okay.
What's your advice for me, Dad?
That's a Zoomer point of view.
What's your advice for me, Dad, for my friendships? You've met my friends.
Oh, yes.
Name my friends nga? Name some of my friends. Who do you remember?
Nico,
At the graduate
Chelsea,
college.
Chelsea, si Abby,
Ali.
Ali. Di ba? Yes.
So what would be your advice to your kids when it comes to friendship?
Choose the right friend, obviously. That's as any parent would tell their children. Choose your friends. Choose your right friends. Because sabi nga nila, you can choose your friends but not your relatives.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. That's what I
So,
said.
given that, it's really up to you.
Yeah. Okay, so I hope you guys learned a lot from today's episode. And if you're not yet subscribed, don't forget to subscribe to Boomer and Zoomer. Upon filming this, we just hit 16,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yay! Thank you guys. So we've been on YouTube for like two and a half months, and we already have 16,000 subscribers. So thank you for that. Don't forget to like this video. Feel free to comment whatever you want.
Yeah, don't
else do you
forget
wanna say?
also to follow Barney Adventures on TikTok and Instagram, and Boomer and Zoomer
On TikTok, Instagram.
on TikTok and Instagram.
By the way, if you guys want us to answer a question
And
for our
Spotify,
Q&A,
right?
yes, if you guys want us to answer a question for our Q&A, you can comment it on our TikTok or on our Instagram. We have a post there dedicated to questions. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube, follow my Instagram, TikTok, and yeah. And if you don't have any friends, we're your online friends.
We are all your online friends.
Yes.
Online friends, yes.
Okay, so once again, I'm Nika Zoomer, and I'm here with my dad.
Arnie B.
And together we are known as
Boomer and Zoomer.
Bye.
Bye.